Good morning, everyone. My name is Charles Louis Villanueva. I am your teacher in Industrial Arts 1. I took up Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Technology and Livelihood Education. I passed the board exam for teachers last 2018. Introduction. You will learn in this module the tools and equipment used in automotive technology. You will also know the basic parts of automotive body and its uses. Apart from that, you will also enumerate the tools in civil technology. Also covers the carpentry, masonry, and plumbing. Towards the end of the module, you are tasked to answer try this, let's apply, and reflection. So what is automotive technology? So meron ba kayong idea about automotive technology? O baka parang iisip nyo, it's all about sa mga shop, motor shop, car shop. So, parang yun yung naiisip natin about automotive technology. Parang nagre-repair ng mga sirang sasakyan o sirang mga kagamitan. So, what is automotive technology? Automotive technology is the practical application of knowledge about self-propelled vehicles or machines. Students studying automotive technology learn about engine construction, fuel and ignition systems, powertrains, brakes, transmissions, electronic and diagnostic equipment, and many more. So why should I consider majoring in automotive technology? Automotive technology students become skilled in operating a variety of hand and machine tools, are in charge of repairing and maintaining automobiles of all kind. Students can also get involved in designing and construction all kinds of automobiles, from large industrial equipment to the latest in sports car design. People who study automotive technology have good security because all vehicles are bound to need repairs throughout their driving life. So, mas maganda daw na major daw tayo ng automotive technology. So, dahil nga, marami daw nasisira ng mga sasakyan. At pag nasira ang sasakyan is ipapaayos sa automotive technician. So, kung gusto nyong mag-major ng automotive, so, pwede naman or baka meron kayong knowledge about automotive o sa pag-repair ng ating sasakyan is madali lang sa inyo ang subject na ito. So, kung wala naman, it's okay. So, basic lang naman yung pag-aaralan natin. Let's proceed. So, what interests and values are related to automotive technology? People who study automotive technology have a strong desire to understand how things work. They are creative and logical. They have good organizational skills, along with good oral and written communication skills. The automotive technology field requires good problem solvers who are able to work in a team. Next is the automotive hand tools and equipment. You have an idea about cleaning tools? So, iniisip natin is yung mga pang-linis ng mga tools. So, yes, we have a scraper. Scraper is a flat metal sheet used to remove hardened dirt, grime, or even plastic stickers. So ito yung ginagamit sa pagtanggal sa mga dumi na sobrang tagal na at mahirap nang tanggalin ng kamay. Or pwede yung mga stickers na tatanggalin is ito yung ginagamit, scraper. Next, we have a steel brush. So hindi yan pang brush sa buhok. Yan ay ginagamit sa automotive. So, made of thin metal strips in a plastic or wooden handle used to clean and remove dirt, grime, and rust. So, pangtanggal din siya ng mga kalawang. Next is the utility rag or trapo. Used in wiping and cleaning dirt, dust, and other foreign materials present on the surface. So, yung utility rag or trapo, yun yung pangtanggal natin ng mga dumi-dumi sa ating sasakyan or mga alikabok. Next, we have a driving tools. So, first in the list, we have a ball pen, hammer. A tool hammer used to strike, bend and shape metal and drive called chisels. Next is the rubber mallet. A mallet with a rubber head, ideally used to bend and shape sheet metals as it won't leave marks. So, ito yung rubber mallet ay pag pinukpok natin is walang natitirang mga lines or parang finish yung natin. For example, nag-bend tayo ng alambre. So, yung alambre, walang gitling-gitling na makikita. Maganda pa rin yung pagkakagawa niya. Nang compare sa ballpen hammer, pag pinukpok natin siya is meron kang makikita doon ng mga yupi. Samantalang sa rubber mallet is wala siyang makikitang ganon. Next is the center punch, used to mark holes in a workpiece center before boring using any boring tool. So, ito yung center punch. Pag meron tayong bubutasan, ito yung magiging tanda natin. Ito yung gagamitin natin na pang tanda. Kunwari, magbubutas tayo. So, yun yung gagamitin natin. Next is the loosening and tightening tool. So, pampaluwag at pampahigpit ng mga kagamitan. So, una dyan is yung lug or tire wrench. Has sockets in 4 direction that loosens or tightens the vehicle wheels, nuts when changing wheels or tires. So, ito yung commonly used sa mga sasakyan, lalo na sa mga 4 wheels. Ito yung ginagamit natin pang loose ng screw at pang tight ng screw. Next is the Phillips screwdriver, the most familiar hand tool. So, nakikita naman natin ito sa ating bahay o kung saan mang shop is meron ito. For driving, tightening, or loosening Phillips screw or with cross slot in their head. So, ito yung pangtanggal ng mga screw. So, next is the combination wrench. An open-ended wrench on one end and box-ended on the other end used to fasten and unfasten bolts and butts wherever of the two ends is comfortable to use. Ito yung mga pangtanggal ng mga nuts sa mga sasakyan. Next is the bending, holding, and twisting tools. First in the list, we have a side cutting pliers. So what is side cutting pliers? Used mainly for cutting different kinds of wires, may it be solid or stranded. So ito yung mapang-cut natin ng mga wires natin. Next is the combination pliers for gripping, bending, twisting, and skinning of wires. Usually used in wire tapping and splicing. Next is the vice grip, used to hold workpiece such as metal and steel pieces while cutting the nuts and bolts, fastening or removal. Next, automotive hand tools is the cutting tools. So, if we say cutting tools, ito yung mga putol ng mga kagamitan. So, first in the list, we have a flat file. Sana all flat. Serve as a substitute in sharpening bladed tools and filing down and debarring sharp nicks for a smoother finish. Next is the hacksaw. A hacksaw is a saw with a fine teeth used to cut metal pipes and bars. So, alam niyo na rin to. Tinatawag ito na lagaring bakal. So, ito yung pangkat ng mga metal pipes or mga bars. So, ginagamit ito pag sa mga kabilya, ito yung ginagamit natin na pang putol. So, hindi naman natin pwede gamitin yung lagare na pamputol sa kahoy. So, iba po yun. So, next is the metal shears used to cut metal sheet like GI sheets and tire wires. So, ito yung ginagamit natin pamputol sa mga tying wire. So, pwede din naman pangputol yung side cutting pliers, pero ito ang mas madalas ginagamit natin, yung metal shears. Next is the marking tools. First in the list is the pencil. So, sobrang common na to sa atin, yung pencil, which mean is lapis. The most common marking tool in drawing lines are marking in work pieces. Next is the scriber. Pointed tip, steel or metal rod used to mark fine lines during laying out. Measuring tools. Siyempre, measuring tools used to measure. So, next is the pull-push rule. A convenient use measuring tool, flexible enough to measure work pieces in relative of lengths. So, that's it. Next, multi-tester. Diagnostic equipment used to measure voltage, resistance and current in batteries, and other electrical and electronic parts. So, ito yung ginagamit natin kung meron bang voltahe yung isang gamit. So, mostly ito ginagamit to sa electronics, itong multi-tester. Para mini-measure na kung merong siyang kuryente. That's it. Next is lifting tools. Scissor jack, known as a jack screw, used to lift the vehicle during servicing using the squeezing scissor action. Jack stand, used as support in keeping the vehicle raised while being serviced. Usually placed after using the jacks in lifting the vehicle. Makikita natin itong mga tools na ito pag may nagre-repair ng sasakyan. Mostly ito sa mga kotse. Ito yung ginagamit para maiangat ang kotse at para maayos yung sa ilalim niya. So, alam ko, familiar din kayo dito sa mga tools na ito at nakikita nyo rin ito sa inyong paligid or sa mga repair shop. Next is the civil technology hand tools, equipment, supplies, and materials. So, sa automotive technology, is yung diniscuss ko lang is yung mga tools and equipment. So, hindi ko na diniscuss yung parts ng cars. So, meron dun sa module nyo, makikita nyo doon yung mga different parts ng cars. So, kayo na yung mag-study about doon or basa na lang kayo doon. What is civil technology? The field of drafting, cartography, traffic technology, and analysis of construction materials to support construction, engineering, architecture for roads, bridges, and other public structures. So what is civil technology subject? Civil technology focuses on concepts and principles in the built environment and on the technological process. The subject aims to create and improve the built environment to enhance the quality of life of the individual and society to ensure the sustainable use of the natural environment. So these are the tools and equipments in civil technology. So we have a measuring tools. So first on the list is the ruler. So which is familiar ito sa atin. Dahil ginagamit naman natin ito kahit nung elementary pa tayo, di ba? Ruler usually 12 inches. So 12 inches ang ruler or 1 foot in a length. Commonly used for simple and short measurement. So, ginagamit lang ito sa mga maliliit na measurement. So, compared dun sa pull-push rule, yun talaga is pang mahabaan na measurement. Samantalang itong ruler, para lang sa maikli or sa short lang na mga measurement. So, caliper measures the inside and outside diameter of a circular object and transfers its rules measurement to the work piece. Next, we have marking tools. We have a chalk line, marks the straight line between two mark points on the large flat surface, such as plywood or wall, instead of using pencil and straight edge. Pencil, the most common tool for marking and laying out measurement to the work. So, yung chalk line, mostly ginagamit ito pag gumagawa ng bahay. Next is the guiding and testing tools. So we have a tri-square. Also, a testing tool has a scale for measuring a 90 degrees body to test squareness and straightness of a surface, and a 45-degree bevel used to lay out marks for meter cuts. So next is the plumb bob, used to check and test the work's vertical straightness, line, or position. So ito yung mostly ginagamit sa mga carpentry works. Yung plumb bob is yung hulog kung tawagin sa atin. Next is the edge cutting tools. Chisel has a sharp edges commonly used in joinery and carving as it trims, chips, and removes unwanted parts and shapes of the wood. So ito yung ginagamit natin lalo pag may mga joints na gagamitin. Kunwari pag sa bintana, kailangan kasi yon na butasan ang gitna para mapasok yung mga joints. So ito yung mostly na ginagamit natin, yung chisel. So next is the plane. Flattens and smoothens wood surfaces with a sharp blade at the bottom is pressed to work piece or lumber. So ito naman yung pampakinis or pangsapilo nga ginahambal sa amon. Sa amin na term yun. Ginasapilo ang kahoy para maging makinis. So, meron na ring electric na ginagamit na ganyan, which is madali na lang compared dyan sa parang mano-mano kasi yan eh. Next is the tooth cutting tool. So, we have a crosscut saw. Crosscut saw is the most common used saw that cuts wood in pieces and lumber across its grain, cutting it crosswise. So, ito yung palagi natin nakita sa ating bahay, yung lagari o crosscut saw. So next is the keyhole saw. A saw with a thinner tip. So yung dulo niya daw thin ng manipis compared to other saws conveniently used in cutting curved or irregular shapes in plywoods or boards. So next is the boring tools. So boring. So first in the list we have a drill bit. So the most common boring tool that bore holes in concrete walls, metal pieces, plastic, and woods, usually attached to the electric drill. So ito yung ina-attach dun sa electric drill para magbutas ng mga concrete walls, metal pieces, plastic, or wood. So, ito yung boring tools na to or yung drill bit. Ito yung ginamit ko nung nagawa ko ng lamp shade. So, gagawa din kayo by second semester. So, yun yung ginamit ko pang butas para magkaroon ng design yung aking lamp shades na bamboo. So, next is the auger bit, a boring tool that makes holes in the wood bigger than that of the drill bit made. So, ito daw, mas malaki daw yung nagagawang butas ng auger bit. So, meron, nakikita nyo naman, so, may different sizes ito. Next is the roughing up tools. So, first in the list, we have a brick hammer, a specialized hammer for rough working in masonry that serves both chisel and the hammer used in dressing and cutting stones, bricks, or concrete blocks. So, kung napapansin nyo, itong brick hammer na to, ginagamit ito pag sa mga walls, parang binabakbak nila ng kaunti. The reason why, kung bakit binabakbak yon dahil ipifinishing. Dahil pag naka-finish na nga siya, parang hindi siya magiging maganda tingnan. So, para binabakbak yon para pag naglagay ng semento, is didikit yung semento doon sa wall. So, kung napapansin nyo yan sa mga nagagawa ng bahay, ganun yung ginagawa nila. So, wrecking bar, made of hardened strong steel bar with a claw on one end for pulling out large nails, difficult for a claw hammer to do on sharp edge at the other end for digging holes on the ground. So, itong wrecking bar na to, mostly ginagamit ito pangtanggal ng mga pako. So, may mga times kasi na sobrang laki ng pako, hindi kaya ng martilyo natin. So, ito yung ginagamit na tools. So, kung tawagin din ito sa amin is bara. Ewan ko lang sa dialect nyo kung anong tawag nito. So, yan din yung ginagamit ng lola ko dati pag nag-aipon siya ng bato. Pag nagtatanggal siya ng bato sa ilog. So, yan yung ginagamit niya, yung wrecking bar. Next is surface finishing tools. So, we have a common float. So, nakikita nyo na rin siguro ito. Lalo po sa mga masonry works. Common float, a widespread surface finishing tool in masonry. Works used to smoothen, apply plaster or mortar on the surfaces. So, common trowel, another standard surface finishing tool in partner with the float, used to apply spread or shape mortar for brick or hollow block laying or plastering for finishing on concrete surfaces. So, itong dalawa na to is magkasama talaga silang dalawa. Hindi sila naghihiwalay. Kung saan yung common float, dapat doon din yung common trowel. So, sana all, may forever. Next is the personal protective equipment. So alam na natin, meron ng mga tools, may mga different tools na tayong nalalaman. So, ito din yung kailangan nating isa-alang-alang. Yung personal protective equipment. So, kung wala ito, is magkakaroon ng aksidente sa workplace na ginagalawan ninyo. So, una, we have a goggles, safety goggles. So, to protect and shields the eyes from dust, sawdust, foreign debris, and other harmful objects in the workplace. So, lalo na pag nagsasapilo tayo or nagdi-drill tayo, pag nagdi-drill tayo. So, merong mga dust na lumilipad or tumatapon. So, dapat meron tayong safety goggles to protect our eyes. So, dahil pag wala tayong suot na ganyan, mabubulag tayo. So, is face mask to cover the mouth and nose from inhaling poisonous gases, foul and strong odors from paint and other liquid fumes. So, next is the ear muffs. Protect the ears from loud noises or high-frequency sounds producing in the workstation. Ito yung ear muffs na to is wala itong sound. Pag sinuot mo ito, yung maririnig mo lang dito, parang ugong ng dagat. Baka isipin nyo yung ear muffs is merong sound na naririnig, which is wala po. Next is the face shield. Face shield covers the whole face for better protection against all kinds of debris and dust. So, tayo ngayon is nag-face shield na rin tayo, pero hindi yun pwede gamitin sa workplace natin in case na gumawa tayo. So, hindi pwede yung face shield na ganon, yung ginagamit natin yan. So, ibang face shield po ito. So, next is the work gloves. Use made of leather worn in cover both hands as protection from wounds, blisters, burns during work. So, magsusuot tayo ng gloves pag gumagawa tayo para maiwasan natin yung mga sugat-sugat sa ating kamay. Diba? Next is the apron. Serve as a protection of the worker, frontal body and clothing from dirt, stains, or injury. Other have extra pockets for placement of the tools. So that's all. Sana meron kayong natutunan kahit konti. So ito yung ating magiging output sa module 3. Make a 3-minute video clip discussing the different tools and equipment in automotive technology and civil technology. So, ipapakita nyo doon sa video ang different tools and equipment that we can use in automotive and civil. So, yung mga na-discuss ko is wag nyo na pong ipakita sa video. So, i-disregard nyo na yan. So, marami namang tools. So, pumili na lang kayo doon ng 5 lang. 5 tools lang yung kailangan natin. So, dapat din doon, i-demo nyo din sa akin. Ipapakita nyo din sa akin kung paano gamitin yung mga tools na iyon. That's all, and thank you.